Hello, I'm Sacha Edwards, the Clinical Compliance Nurse for the College of Nursing and Health Innovation. I want to take this time and review the new immunization requirements for the Upper Division Undergraduate Nursing Program. The Texas Administrative Code, along with the DFW Hospital Council and affiliated clinical partners, requires that all students in health-related programs complete the following immunizations before applying to the programs. The vaccines are as follows: hepatitis B, hepatitis A, measles, mumps, rubella, varicella, tetanus, diphtheria and pertussis, influenza, and tuberculosis. It will be best if you started working on completing the immunization requirements at least a year before applying to the program, because some of the requirements can take up to a year to complete. Simply getting the vaccination is not enough. A quantitative serum titer is now required to determine proof of immunity. What is a quantitative serum titer? It is a blood test that measures whether you are immune to a given disease, shown with a numerical value indicating your actual degree of immunity to a disease. There are different types of titers. You will need to complete IgG titers that detect immunity, not IgM. Let's review each vaccine and the requirements individually. Starting with hepatitis B. A hepatitis B surface antibody titer is required and not an antigen titer. A positive result is the goal. If the hepatitis B titer presents a negative result, you will be required to repeat the hepatitis B series and retiter a minimum of 28 days after receiving the last dose in the series. Just a reminder for anyone that is completing the accelerated hepatitis B series, it takes a year to complete because a booster dose is required 12 months later to promote long-term immunity. Hepatitis A. A hepatitis A antibody total test is required. A positive result is the goal. If the hepatitis A total antibody presents a negative result, you will require 2 hepatitis A vaccines given 6 months apart. Again, a second hepatitis A total antibody test is not required after follow-up hepatitis A vaccines are received. Measles, mumps, rubella, also known as MMR. A positive MMR IgG titer result is the goal. If either MMR titer presents a negative result, you will require 2 MMR vaccines given 28 days apart. A second MMR titer is not required after follow-up MMR vaccines are received. Varicella, also known as chickenpox. A positive varicella IgG titer result is the goal. If the varicella presents a negative titer result, you require 2 varicella vaccines given 28 days apart. Again, a second varicella titer is not required after the follow-up varicella vaccines are received. Tetanus, diphtheria, pertussis, also known as Tdap. Proof of Tdap vaccine received in the last 10 years is required. As you progress through the Upper Division Nursing Program, you will test annually for TB and be required to submit proof of influenza vaccination. It is important to remember that you must be clinically compliant for the entire semester. You will be instructed by the clinical coordinators on when to complete the tuberculosis testing. Clinical compliance is an essential component of your nursing education. If you have any questions about the required immunizations or your documentation, please feel free to email us at the address shown here. I wish you tons of success in the nursing program. Thank you.